The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl, on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Lord have mercy.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Central Bank of the Bahamas, the Cleveland Clinic, Duty Free Caribbean, Easy Car Sales, Fine Thread News, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, NRG Nutrition, Percy's Island Games, Print Masters, and Tropical Gyros.
The work goes by so long on them plantation, and me never get paid.
And good afternoon, good day, surprise! Yes, it's Pearly in the house today. Naughty is at the moment sharing some of his knowledge with some young people in the careers that he's given a talk on journalism and media and broadcast media and all that. So he's trying to represent the 242 and Talking Heads. So proud of him. But it's so good to be here with y'all today. It's a nice warm December day. Can't beat this. This is the Bahamas. This is what we're all about. But there's one thing I need you to do. I want you to become Talking Heads today.
Here's how you can become a Talking Head. Brought to you by BTC.
And you got to call me at 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, or always toll free 242-300-5720. And of course, you could always text me on the text line powered by BTC 422-4796. So good to be here. Oh, we got Grand Bahama in the house today. Hey, what's going on in the papers today, though?
It's time for Headliners. Everything's the 242.
I
brought to you
gotta
by the Fine Threads.
I got to tell you, but it's been hot in the media all week and for the last week. And today's headlines in the Nassau Guardian says JCNP's threat to cancel John Canoe. AG, JCNP doesn't have the power to cancel parades. Interesting. Pintard, PM painting a false picture over house chaos. Cop accused of second rape granted bail. Minister of Agriculture gives out $1.5 million in grants to boost food production. And in the business section, it says Bahamas Financial Stability Council formed through multi-agency MOU. BFSC will survey operations of domestic banks, money lenders, credit unions, security markets, insurance companies, and payment systems. Gaudi, local business aren't ready for another minimum wage hike. That's interesting. Ministry of Agriculture gives out 1.5 million grants to boost food production. And today is in the Grand Bahama news, Pindad, government has failed Grand Bahamians. Davis administration squandered the opportunity. Enough is enough, says afternoon. Sarah, good afternoon. Darren, how are you doing today?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good to be, yeah.
I'm fired up and ready to go.
I like how you brought us in. You know, PLP failed Grand Bahama.
How you guys doing today? So good to be here. 2 weeks in a row. I know that's good luck.
Yeah, boy. You lucky you.
Yeah, I can take it as good luck for me. In the company of a great guy and a beautiful lady, what more can I ask for? So what's going on in Grand Bahama? I like your headline, you know, Pintard government has failed Grand Bahamians. It's interesting. What's happening? Talk to me.
I think on the wake of everything that happened, leader of the opposition, Mr. Pintard, was in town. He spoke to his Freeport supporters, and as you know, we've been having a lot of issues that we're all quite upset about here, which would be the airport and the hotel.
Uh-huh.
So I think it's part of what he highlighted amongst some other things as well. And I'm going to let Darren come back and address that. I kind of want to catch you up on a couple other stories too.
Okay.
I'll just do a little quick wrap up, go to the subjects you want to. There's a really great story in the paper today, two environmental ones. One is on Conch in the Classroom, which is really wonderful. This wonderful lady, Gail Woon, she does so much for the environment, and teaching kids and passing it on is a big thing. And Conch is, something that we need to be very careful about, and we need to understand it. We need to protect it. And so it's her vision of what she's doing there in the schools. And I'm really happy with the the story that Lee Lightbourne pumped out on that one today.
Okay.
That's a great one. We had a crazy busy weekend, I would say, in Freeport last weekend. We had so many events going on. We tried to highlight as much as we could. So we've got a highlight on the Bonefish Tarpon and Trust, who planted their 100,000th mangrove, which we had
Wonderful.
mentioned in the
Yes.
previous story.
Yeah.
But it actually happened. Both the Minister of Grand Bahama, Kwesi Thompson, the MP for East Grand Bahama, were there. So we have some pictures showing that, which is so important for the island, especially after restoring our island after Dorian.
Uh-huh.
We had Mrs. Moxie, Minister for Grand Bahama, held an event in downtown Freeport where it was a celebration of Christmas coming. So she had a great event. Just before that, the police, along with the Carnival Corporation, had a tree lighting and giveaway for kids. Over 200 presents were given away. So we've got a highlight of that. Then we had the tree lighting in Port Lacaya. We had the Festival Noel, which was absolutely sold out, 600
Wow.
tickets. Yeah, it was just a weekend of activities.
Wow.
So we've
that's
got a
wonderful.
highlight of everything in there. We've also highlighted Darren's former subject. So he better be smiling as he's driving in the car that I can see him there. We made a mention of Casa Bahamas.
Yes, I
It is
saw
a
that.
little bit terrifying. And I was in a building across the way from there today, and it's a bit terrifying. You think that could fall on you.
Is anybody?
So-
Nobody's living in it, right?
No, but it's an eyesore besides the fact that it's falling down. And
Yeah.
Darren's made a couple videos on it. He's right. It needs to go down. It's what happens if that falls on somebody?
But the hotel is right next door to that, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Castaways is
Yeah.
on its left-hand side.
Yeah.
And then you've got businesses all around the circle as
Yes,
well.
exactly.
That it could affect. Well, it will affect if it
And the
falls
road is
down.
right next to the circle, and yes, we say roundabout now, so but right next to the circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're around exactly.
I
And then,
remember as a young
you know,
boy.
We all remember the Florida story, so we saw
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So.
I remember as a young boy in high school, every October 12th weekend, I'd come to Grand Bahama to spend time with my godmother, and, well, actually more with my god sisters, and hang out at the Y and party, and stuff like that. But I had a cousin that stayed there, so I stayed there a couple of times. So I remember that. Boy,
Yeah, it was a great building. I had friends who had apartments in there.
Yeah.
So it's a shame to watch it go to waste like that. But really, these are not the things that help us in the look of you're trying to achieve to attract investors. These are not things that
Owner?
investors. We do, and we're hoping that he works on getting that sorted out. And putting pressure on the Port Authority to really, they have to follow standard rules of how they have to do that, but they have to engage them and go to court, and they need to get it resolved. It's a very dangerous matter, similar to Lakayan Towers South,
yeah.
which we have a big issue with here.
Okay.
And Sarah
And not to
wouldn't call
forget,
the home.
yeah.
Sarah wouldn't call the owner name because he's well connected to a high-ranking PLP. So they sort of shy off. But when my time comes, I'll call them.
That's right. We'll let him call the name. And then the last story, which I know everyone's going to have a comment on, is Junkanoo. So Junkanoo this year is moving to West End.
Ooh.
And it is a big controversy that's starting to get a buzz now. A lot of people talking about it. And they're changing it back to where it used to be, where I remember when I was a teenager, you'd leave the club at 9 and then you'd go to Junkanoo.
Yeah.
So it's going back to a 3 a.m. start down in West End.
That's a long
And that
drive from Freeport. And you're partying and
There you
drive that
go.
long dark road. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so it's going to be down there, but I mean, we'll have to see what happens. And then the actual Junkanoo that happens in Freeport is now moving, I believe, to the 9th, just before the holiday on the 10th.
So you're gonna have two.
So- Yes, 2 Junkanoos. They'll have one officially for the new year down in West End, taking it, they say, back home to the West End area.
Okay.
And then ours will be up in Freeport on the 9th, and then after that we'll also have, I believe, Junior Junkanoo, which is one of my favorites
Yeah.
as well.
So
that comes afterwards. But yeah, West End will be on January 1st, traditional Junkanoo, and it will start at 3 a.m. in the West.
the same groups will participate in both parades, or should be are hoping to participate in both parades.
Well, you have your Junkanoo controversy. This will be ours.
Yeah, Junkanoo. That's man. But I mean, at least your controversy is not the way it is going on in Nassau. At least you having a controversy on whether you should move it to have it in West End or not.
Yeah.
And they're gonna have it on the strip or West End. That's straight down the strip.
As far as
From my
I know.
understanding, I think it's a collaborative efforts with all Junkanoo groups, along with the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture and the coordinators. Junkanoo and Grand Bahama has always been supported by Nassau Junkanoo groups.
Yeah.
And so what they decided to do this year for a trial run is to take Junkanoo. Junkanoo in West End used to be Boxing Day. And so they decided to take Junkanoo this year to New Year's morning in West End, and then would be able to January 9th going into the majority rule holiday, more flexible, comfortable time for Junkanoos in Nassau to come to Grand Bahama to support those Junkanoo groups that they would usually do, and to give the culture a whole lot more feel, taste, flavor, and a whole different feel. It's also been moved from Pioneers Way, which we've had for several years, and it's now been returned back to, I forget the name of the street. Sarah, help me. The one there by Scotia Bank and the post office.
Is it Explorers Way?
Explorers Way, I think it is.
Explorers
Okay.
Way, where a lot of people wanted it to go there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Correct. They wanted
I
to go back
understand.
there.
Yeah, they wanted
So
it to go back there.
a lot of the decisions as relates to the change and the dates and all that it's not been a decision of those who are in charge of the parade here, but it's been a collaborative effort with all Junkanoo groups on the island, with the leaders, and they're all seeming to be on board with it. I'm only going based upon my inquiries. When I heard about it being changed, I wanted to hear from Junkanoo leaders, and the three that I would have spoken with, they all would have been agreeing to it and supporting it. And so we'll see how it goes,
Yeah, we will. I mean, I love the idea that it's going to be in West End. I'm just a little bit, I didn't know it was going to be at 3 a.m. And I'm wondering more as a female would, where will we go to the ladies' room? Where will we park our cars? How will it work out? I mean, it's going to be exciting. How are they going to get the tourists down there? What's the plan? I mean, it's good to have more. So I think that's great. And I love that we're having two of them, but we're waiting for more details. I believe they're opening the ticket offices this week as well. So that will give a lot more.
Okay. Well, so that means you'll have a smaller parade in West End because you don't have that Nassau support. Well, you never know. The way things get in Nassau, these fellas may not have any Junkanoo. All of them may come in rush. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it.
I don't know if it'd be a downplay in terms of smaller group. But just that added brass that's always needed, and the drummers may not have it. But I don't have the details. I'm just really hearing about the Nassau. About the West End Junkanoo. I'm actually hearing it for the first time with Sarah making mention of it being in the papers. So I've been inquiring on when the announcement would come. But we'll see how it goes. Like I say, it is a different feel, and we don't oftentimes like changes, but we gotta sometimes see how it'll work. And if it works for the betterment of the residents and the community, and again, any opportunity for residents to make money, it's always encouraging and it's always helpful. So let's see how it goes.
And it's not a far drive for the people that are down in 8 Mile Rock as well. So it's a good opportunity for them instead of them coming all the way up to Freeport. So it's a good opportunity for them to go down that way too.
Yeah.
Got to think of it as well.
Yeah, but far more people from Freeport will come to West End than West End people come to Freeport for Junkanoo.
But the truth be told, probably only some of the West.
Don't try that. They know me very well in West End.
And I love West End. I really do like West End.
Just ask Eddie down there how much I believe they know
you. I just said that you may be the only one of those persons that may not be coming on a West End on a Sunday, on a Monday morning, 4 or 5 o'clock.
On a Monday morning at 4. Yeah, I might not be doing that. I don't know. Yeah. I don't trust myself at the 3 a.m.
I know sometimes I came out of West End 3 o'clock in the morning, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
Yeah. No.
He knows me far too well.
Okay. That should be fun. I mean, it's good that Grand Bahama can have 2 Junkanoos. And it's good that you bring in that New Year's morning Junkanoo, which gives a little different type flavor. And then what time is the one in January starts? That's in the afternoon, right, or evening, right?
It'll be in the afternoon. Yeah.
It'll probably be like, I think it's 7 or 8 o'clock. We usually start.
Okay.
When we on ours now, and that's much more of a family event.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of people come out to the downtown area. It's cordoned off. It's really good. And again, the tourists absolutely love it. So, my favorite part is when they get them out to dance. It's always good to see that.
Okay. And then they go in one way and the music in the next.
Yeah, it's interesting to see them try and get them out to do the moves. It's great. So, but it's a very nice family atmosphere. The guys who do the emceeing at that event, we're the biggest Bay Street, so it's very entertaining, and there's great food, and the kids just have a blast out there. So it's nice.
Okay,
it'll be nice.
Okay.
Feel like we're still on vacation, going right into the new year,
right into the holiday season. I mean, right into the holiday. So you'll rush all night. You can stay up all night because you got next day. You don't have to get up to go to work.
You got it.
Okay, that's wonderful. And then Junior Junkanoo will come right after that.
Yes, I believe Junior Junkanoo is just later in January.
Yeah.
I
think the same thing here as well. Yeah. And
Yeah.
actually, I love Junior Junkanoo. Sometimes Spanish residents come to Nassau and just eat them right up. They have a really good time.
They're fantastic. The
Yeah.
kids are amazing, and
Yeah.
it's one of my favorites, I have to say.
Yeah, it is.
I love the outfits, and last year was superb. And one of my clients supports the Beacon School,
Okay.
which is our special needs school.
Yeah.
And I just think it's amazing. They all go out. They get the kids out there, they're not left behind. They're
Yeah.
all part of it. And it's just a very special to see them out. And last time I saw the Beacon School Rush, I thought the crowd was so phenomenal with them.
Wonderful.
Just supporting them and
those
just
kids,
making them feel so special.
Yeah.
They needed it. It was great.
That's wonderful. Yeah.
Really
I
great.
like to watch the preschoolers because the parents be out there trying to get these kids to dance. And I think the parents have more fun at that than the kids. So that's a great time. That's a
Agreed.
wonderful time. I'm happy to hear that. Well, you know what? Let's take our first break. When we come back, Darren, we can get into this front page story. I want to hear what's going on. This is Pearly filling in today for Naughty on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. It's a Talking Heads Tuesday. We'll be right back after these quick messages. Don't go anywhere.
Fire, we got Babylon and the free talk coulda never get me down. And though they try to use me and abuse me, I leave them with the frown. Me bona fire, we got Babylon and the free talk. And though they try to use me and abuse me, I leave them with the frown.
This KFC drip just won't quit. Step your flavor game up with the new KFC Saucy Nuggets. 100% real premium white meat nuggets, sauced in your choice of one of 5 KFC sauces: Korean barbecue, mango habanero, guava barbecue, stinging honey garlic, or signature barbecue. Do whatever the crunch you want with any of our new KFC Saucy Nuggets. 100% real, 100% a deal. Only available for a limited time at your favorite KFC. KFC Saucy Nuggets drip. It's finger-licking good.
Around the world, Cleveland Clinic is recognized as a leader in healthcare. Our team of experts relentlessly pursues the best for our patients. From groundbreaking cancer research to state-of-the-art heart surgery, life-saving innovations happen here every day. When it's time to travel for your health, it's time to travel to Cleveland Clinic. Your destination for care. For every care in the world. To learn more, visit clevelandclinic.org/Caribbean.
Are you dreaming of an EV? Now is the time. Easy Car Sales is offering unbelievable deals on 2024 models with end-of-year discounts. Plus, quick and simple in-house financing makes it easy for everyone. Take a test drive and experience the thrill today at EV City on Abundant Life or Gladstone Road. Step into a smarter, more affordable drive with Easy Car Sales, your trusted EV and warranty provider since 2016.
It's that time of year again, and Colombian Emeralds International wants to show our appreciation to you, our valuable customers, with our annual Customers Appreciation Day sale. 50% plus an additional 15% off on Friday, December the 13th and Saturday, December the 14th from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. at their Rawson Square and Port Lucaya Freeport locations. There'll be prizes and surprises every hour. So come and celebrate this holiday season with Add some sparkle and give the gift of memories that will last a lifetime with Colombian
You're
Ale.
listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
It's time for the buzz. What are you buzzing on? Brought to you by John's Shoes.
Lord have mercy. Whoa.
And welcome back to Guardian Radio 96.9 FM Talking Heads. This is Pearly in the house with you. What are we buzzing about? Trinidad government has failed Grand Bahama. Darren, is that the buzz in Grand Bahama right now?
Of course, we have no hotel sale, which we're now going on 4 years, and no details. We were promised to have the details or the announcement of the person or the company or the that will be taking over the hotel. Nothing to date.
What's the rumor going
nothing
around
yet.
about that? I know you're hearing something on the street.
Well, we've been hearing that the government may lose again on this potential investment as relates to them being able to close the deal. And what even gave me even more certainty that the government doesn't have a guaranteed sale is the fact that someone today, from what I've been advised, they would have hired workers to work for the hotel. How are you hiring when you should be in the process of closing down or something of the sort? So clearly there is no information or no details.
No, who hiring workers? The hotel are hiring workers now, or the new, or the potential new owners?
The hotel.
Wow.
The hotel hired person.
Okay. Wow, that's interesting. This is very interesting. Do you think that the fact that you don't have
Well,
an
hopefully
airport?
they're busy over the holidays.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So we're getting some tourists in.
Is the issue could the issue of the sale or being the hold up of the sale because the airport isn't done yet and they're afraid that they're not going to get the heads in beds?
And this is Darren's belief, and of course this is not factual, but I believe that the government of the Bahamas is playing this hardball. I think they're trying to make a point in getting a certain amount of money for this property. When, in my view, and in many other Grand Bahamians' view, the longer we keep it, the more we lose. So let's just get someone in to invest. I understand that there was a casino on island a few days ago, but nothing. And again, these are just hearsay. People from around the property seeing things being or persons in and assuming that this is what it is. But I don't believe that I believe based on the figure that the government is asking for, the government is having a hard time being able to convince an investor to purchase it for the amount. Because again, when you look at the actual vision of what was laid out before, there's no one's going to spend the kind of money that the government originally advertised this property for that amount, when I have to break down literally 99.9% of the property to lay out what it is we would want to be able to accomplish. So someone coming and looking at a casino that will not be there is really it just doesn't even make sense. Because one, you can't put 3 casinos along with 3 other hotel properties, along with convention center, on the actual layout design that you now have. You have to break down and redesign.
So let me ask you, sorry to cut you off, but they have to break down the hotel and rebuild it?
Well, based on their design to lay out to be able to get one, they're saying that they're going to have 3 casinos. Not much abandoned buildings for 3 casinos on the property now.
I got you.
So which means you're going to have to be doing some alteration and some redesigning and some reconstruction and reconfiguration and all that to be able to get what it is we believe the property owners would want. Mm-hmm. And again, they don't have parking problems. So there's no way you're going to be able to eliminate the parking that you don't have enough of now to put a building on.
Why 3 casinos?
But I'm only going based on
I'm just saying that.
I hadn't heard that either.
I mean, we have
they
2.
were going with the golf courses.
Yeah, we have 2 casinos in Nassau, and I don't know if the law still is in, but I thought some time back there was law, and I could be wrong. It could have changed. Don't quote Pearly on this one. But the casinos had to be X amount of miles apart. I don't know if that's for the Bahamas or that was just for Nassau.
We don't have any casinos at the moment, so that wouldn't be an issue.
No, I mean to put
we
three.
have enough space. We would have enough space.
Grandmama big enough to put casinos from East End to West End and in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was understanding that it was also they were looking a lot with the golf courses because of course the original hotel had built when they rebuilt the Lucayan, they built they redid the course.
That was the Lucayan golf course, right?
Right, and
Man,
then they
wonderful.
still have the old course, which was
yes, I played that too.
Gone, that's fallen, and that was a beautiful course.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Yeah,
both
were
and then
beautiful.
You remember, both are beautiful courses. Then you have Princess, when it was up and operating, had two phenomenal courses: the Ruby and the Emerald, or something.
Yeah.
And I mean, my grandfather used to play on those, and they were great courses. And then we had a fifth one as well that was only in 9 holes. That's Fortune Hills.
Okay.
Which is still in operation, but not well.
Okay.
So not doing very well. But I think it's something that I know the hoteliers, everyone that's come down, has looked at the golf courses because that's what people want when they come down and they're staying.
Look at
Bahamar, look at Atlanta. They've all got the golf courses.
Yeah.
So it makes it. You've got to give them what the people want.
Yeah. If I come in, if you come in, it's beautiful. That's particularly if you bring in people who like to play golf to come play. They want a beautiful sun and sea playing on next to the ocean and all that. You got to be right. You got to, and then with a really good golf course, then you can attract. Like right now, Albany has the Heroes in January with Tiger Woods, the Heroes Golf Tournament, which attracts a lot of high rollers and attracts a lot of professional golfers. We need more of that in the Bahamas. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Yeah. Wow, that's wonderful. I mean, hopefully it all come together. I'm concerned.
Yeah.
See,
but I think you're right. I think in order to sell the hotel, they've got to have the airport going.
Yeah.
And I think anybody coming in is going to want to know that their guests are going to be able to get here without any issues. We do have increased flights. Not just Western Air. We have Silver. We have American. We have Sunwing. We have Neros, which is an Italian-operated European line, and we have Bahamas Air doing some flights. But we used to have more, and we do need that to increase. I mean, you only have to stand in Nassau Airport and just sit there and see the flux of people that had to support a major hotel to come back and open up under a very high-end brand.
I got a couple of texts.
And we're also going to need it for census development, which is coming as well.
Yes,
Sorry
that's right.
to cut you off, Carly.
No, you go ahead, darling. But I also got a text. Also, the golf course by the Gardens of Groves.
Yes, there was one there. I think it closed years ago. The old house, the clubhouse.
Yeah.
They were looking to turn into an art center.
Okay.
With but now we've got a different one. So yes, there was a course there as well. But it's grown over, and they use it now as a training course for when you go and do an ATV thing with Garden of the Groves.
Yes.
They take you on the back, so you practice before they take you on the roads and stuff.
I like
it's a really fun tour. Yeah.
And then somebody says, who is going to play in the casinos? Will the airport be completed? Do we have rooms, etc.? I think we touched on that. But, one of the concerns, one of the things I see is, you remember now when the Deputy Prime Minister was in opposition, he gave the then government a lot of hell about the hotel and they promised that they will get X amount of dollars. They got a hold to their promise, else people would throw back in their face, you only said that to get elected. You're not living up to your word. So I guess that's why they're trying to play hardball.
Well, they've already broke the promise in the fact that 3 years later.
Yep.
3 years later, you have no delivery of a hotel project.
And they promised to do it in the first year or the first couple, I don't want to say 100 days. They said early, quick.
Right.
Yeah, and then it fell through. It fell through.
Yeah,
and
so you already behind on the time. The F&M only had it for 2 years. September 1, Dorian came.
Yeah.
It lasted 2 years, but they were in office 2 years after Dorian.
Yeah.
And so this government has had it 1 year, and 14 months more, and can't get it sell or can't get a deal if it saved their life.
Yeah. And that's one of the things the politicians, you make these promises, you got to make sure when promise you make, you got to keep. You can't keep saying to get people to vote. We're not things have changed in the world. We're not just got the newspaper we wait for every morning, or you hear the news. Social media is very, very much an influence. So if you don't live up, people will be all over you about that.
We have the Afro carry, whatever they, sorry, give me the correct name. But we got the minister for Grand Bahama talking about this African something property.
I know what you're talking about.
And what is so amazing about all of it is the fact that the owners of the Royal Oasis property is simply saying, look here, our property on the market is valued and is appraised at $27 million. So when you talk about taking ownership of our road, keep in mind that we have an appraised value on it. I've been advised that no conversation has even been had with even the owners who back then was at a crazy selling price for the government to have only allocated $4 million for the purchase of these properties.
Okay.
Doesn't even make sense.
You think, you think the government don't really have a plan when it comes to this, and it's just a bunch of talk? I have a saying. I say, the prime minister said we can get an answer you in 3 weeks. We get this in 3 weeks. We get that in 3 weeks. We got this next year. It's always a certain period of time, and then hoping we forget about it. You think they just don't have a plan for the sale of the hotel? I know the airport in Grand Bahama that's flamming us, or they're selling us a dream.
No, there was a plan for the airport because there is a loan that's been agreed. There's been a group that
I don't mean there's a plan. I mean you got some money from the Saudis for that, right?
They had no.
That was in the Saudis. Okay.
No. This is a Manchester group.
Yes.
We broke the story on it. He announced it at Business Outlook, so it's there. It's just the process of getting it ready for them to take over, which is part of the government had to clean up what was there and prep it. Then there's the new statement that he made about this geological study. So that's what's holding it up as far as we know. And we can't seem to get an official statement of when it's going to happen. And people hear, and rightly so, I'm sure people hear it every time we come on the radio. We're just frustrated about the airport.
I can imagine.
We need it to get done. I think what's worse, and I was speaking to an immigration officer who works there, it's horrible for them to work there and see it every day.
I can imagine.
It is a very depressing reminder of Dorian and that fenced-in area. I could see how it could keep you down, you know?
Yeah.
So it's got to go.
Yeah.
And then and it's an eyesore as well for people coming into the island.
It's not that's the first impression you get at Grand Bahama when you come off the plane. We got a call on the line. Let's take this quick call. Caller, you on the air.
Yes, good afternoon to all of you in the studios.
Hey, C. Allen, how you doing?
Yeah. We don't have to guess.
Yeah,
they have no plan. Yeah, they have no plan for Grand Bahama. The loan for the airport came from the UK Import-Export Bank and Manchester Group as part of the collaboration, I guess, with some behemoths, whatever, to come in and do it. But the loan for initially the Prime Minister said $400 million, and they brought it down to $200 million. It says the other $200 million for the airport was a total of $1 billion loan. But there is no plan for the airport because there is no plan for Grand Bahama. Unless that hotel, even no matter what happens, if you take the 1,200 plus rooms and multiply that of everybody coming one a day or even for one time a week, is not sufficient pass-through for the airport to be sustainable to carry the load of the airport. So there has to be a destination plan for Grand Bahama to be developed. And so the problem is that the only thing we've heard from this administration for 3.5 years is the hotel and the airport. But in the meantime, there's some other things that was promised before election, such as the rehab of Grand Bahama for the hurricane effect, for building of new homes, for building a hotel hospitality school here on Grand Bahama, and a host of other different things that has not been fulfilled. Two things. It's a whole lot of things that has not been fulfilled if you begin to look back at it. If you go back to the by-election, the Prime Minister made over $400 million worth of promises for Grand Bahama. And his exact quote is, if I don't do these things, I won't come back to you. So I'm hoping he keep his full word, because if the point is in West End. If you can't keep your word to West End, why should we take your word for the other constituencies? But Grand Bahama itself needs an economic development strategy for revitalization of the island. I've said for over a decade that, and in fact, if you go back to the 2002 election, 2007 election, 2012 election, 2017 election, 2021, and the by-election, every single person vying for leadership said, if Grand Bahama is not brought back online, there will be no economic recovery for the Bahamas. And guess what? That has been true to its aspect. So the question is, who understands the 21st century environment that is needed to bring Grand Bahama back into the foreplay, into the play for it, which by virtue makes Abaco its a sister city. I'm keep this short. The government of the Bahamas said they're going to bring a digital economy, a blue economy, an ocean economy, an orange economy, a green economy, an aquamarine economy. All of these different buzzwords the government said is going to happen here. We have not even seen the skeletal for those things. Art center, there has to be a strategy for what is called the orange or the creative economy. It isn't just one-off of any particular thing. And so I'm just going to end by saying, if the Bahamas wants to see a rebirth of the Bahamian economy by virtue of Grand Bahama being the catalyst, then they only have one choice. In 2026 or sooner, Michael Pintard and the FNM is the only choice. Thank you so much.
Thank you, C. Allen. Have a good day. Darren.
I'm here.
You answer my question. Government has failed Grand Bahama. Has the government failed Grand Bahama?
Of course, government failed Grand Bahama.
But I'll say this before you go on. Before you answer, I'll say this. The PLP can say, I had 5 MBs last time. What happened?
Well, we had 5 MPs. We had Deputy Prime Minister. We had a Governor General. They didn't deliver.
Okay.
The reality of it is,
they lost.
The reality of it is, we got rid of the government that had all these things.
Gotcha.
And we gave it to the PLP.
Yes.
So don't tell me what we had. We know what we had, and that's why we changed it.
Yes. Okay.
Someone else who claims to have had a better vision, a better plan, one who was for the people, of the people, and was going to work on behalf of the people. That's why the PLP will now deliver.
In the words of Fred Mitchell back in the day, use the government, fix it.
Fix it. That's right. That's right. So I don't want to hear we had 5 MPs, Deputy Prime Minister, Governor General in Grand Bahama, and the Senate and President of the Senate and senators. That's why we got the PLP now.
Yeah.
Because we felt that the FNM didn't deliver for us, and we got rid of them.
And might be why the FNM got a new leader too, eh? Oh, I said that. Well, oh my goodness, I didn't mean to say that.
Yeah, you meant to say it. You got to say it.
Yeah, fairly.
Well, the fact is, the people of the Bahamas spoke. The people of the Bahamas voted out the then government, gave them only 7 seats, right? The opposition as a party voted in a new leader twice. The same, so it's a message saying, listen, we put the past behind us, let's move forward. When we say backwards never, forward ever, something like that. So the point is, you came in and said, I'm going to do this for Grand Bahama, I'm going to do that for Grand Bahama, and it's not being done. You've got 2 sitting MPs there, West End. God rest his soul, you had the elected minister at the time, and now you have another MP there. You have one in Pine Ridge. All right, so you've got two ministers. One minister in the parliamentary sack. So it's no excuses. And see, I hate when you say y'all didn't do this. Yeah, you didn't vote them out for not doing that. You put them out for not doing that. So let's not even look at that. You in power, what are you going to do? Because you got to get re-elected in the next election.
But I'd like to be clear. You see, I was one of those Grand Bahamians that voted out the FNM.
Okay.
Because I felt that they did not produce or deliver for us, the people.
Okay.
But I am also that Grand Bahamian that took a back seat and really analyzed the fact that, one, this government came in after a certain period of time, and they had a major hurricane that really devastated the island. Okay, bam. Then after the hurricane, the world went through a pandemic. And so, okay, we Bahamians really got rid of the FNM more so, not on what they didn't deliver, but on their arrogance, their behavior, their attitude. So we now got a PLP, no hurricane, no pandemic, none of these things. And what have you, other than party, cocktail reception, and foolishness, what could they say in Grand Bahama that they've delivered on? They can't tell me the shipyard expansion because that was an FNM program that just needed to be sealed the deal. They can't tell me the expansion of the harbor because, again, that's the Port Authority who they don't want nothing to do with.
Carnival in the east?
Carnival started under Hubert Minnis.
Carnival was a Port Authority bid. That was a Edward St. George and Sarah St. George buying they courted Carnival to come here.
Okay.
I will give them that.
Okay. I got a text here. Oh, goodness. It ain't got nothing to do with John Mama. We can read it anyway. Pearlie, what going on in Fox Hill? Are they from Fox Hill? They said Brave got to go. What about Fred Mitchell? And good day, is Aram Lewis still a part of the official opposition? Yes, he is. Very much so.
Yeah.
I don't want people getting that.
Angelic Cross.
Let me tell you the story is on that. Aram Lewis got up to speak in the House of Assembly. You had some legends that were honored by the government and that were recognized in the House and that were there. They were leaving in the middle of, just when Aram started to speak. And he said, I see you are leaving. So the leader of the opposition and the deputy leader dashed out quickly for a photo op. And everybody ran with that and say they walked out on Aram, which is not true. And, it's disingenuous to say stuff like that when you know the facts of it. Aram is still very much a part of the effort. Very much was dragged out of the House Assembly last Wednesday along with the leader and the deputy leader of the opposition. Literally dragged out.
And Mike Kwesi.
And as well as East Grand Bahama, Kwesi Thompson. And Long Island. They were all dragged out. So what has to happen for Grand Bahama to have some revitalization? What has to happen? I know the first thing that has to happen, you got to have that airport built. And then you got to have a hotel for people to come in. Because you can't bring a bunch of people in and they can sleep on the beach.
The reality of it is, for us to have an airport, for us to have a hotel, for us to see the real revitalizing of Grand Bahama, I don't care how much little businesses open up here and there, the stabilizing of those businesses is going to be that foreign exchange come in.
Foreign direct investment.
Foreign direct investment. The revitalizing of Grand Bahama is always going to be on the collaborating effort of our city managers, which is the Grand Bahama Port Authority, and our government and the people coming together, sitting together around the round table, because government feels as if they know it all, port feels as if they know it all, and the people know some things that government or the port know, and we could now collab together and be able to channel our energies in being able to open and to revitalize. What is happening is you have the government who's not talking to the port, you have the government who's trying to get rid of the port, and is stagnating the port's investments that are sitting in the pipeline when they can spend some time and being able to look at those investments, to get those investments going, and also to be able to address some of the port concerns. And so it has to be a team effort like it's always been, like the St. George and the St. Jackie with the Hubert Ingham and the Perry Christie. It was a working relationship for the better good of this island that has great potential to flourish and to take off. And so we're not going to see that until we have government working with port and port working with government to take this island where it needs to go.
Amen. We got a call on the line. Callie on the air.
Paulie, what's up? St. Petersburg, what's up, man?
Hey, Petersburg, how you doing?
Sure. Man, you know how Bahamians go. They when they get tired of this, when those governments are office. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I heard your music too, but I can hear you now.
When they get into opposition, they say everything get reelected. But when they get elected, ain't nothing gonna change, man. They all eat and drink at the same table and sing the same old song. They look over themselves, man. Only a few people in their inner circle get the perks. They give government contract to their family and their friends, and they all of them get kickbacks, man. So they're all corrupt. I don't give a damn which party they choose, my friends. Which party gets elected? They promise. Most of the people sell they sold to these political parties, and that's why nothing gonna change. They can do something when they first get it. Oh yeah, we can do it. When they get comfortable, same old stuff, man. Y'all have a nice day.
Thank you, sir. All right. I hear what the caller says, but I'm a firm believer you got to give people a chance, and I'm a firm believer that change has to come and change will come. And if it's this government or if it's Pintard and his government coming in, that will change things. I have to believe and have to hope for Grand Bahama and for the Bahamas that we're going to see some change. I can't take that kind of attitude, and I appreciate the call, But I can't take that kind of attitude because I got to know that my country can be a better country. I got a grandson to worry about.
But it's just that you can't, not everything each government does, if you vote for them or with that party are right. You have to be able to speak up and say, hey, that's not right. And this is what needs to be done.
Yes.
You know, no government is perfect.
Yes.
And, you know, there are some things that the F&M have done that failed Grand Bahama as they have failed other things.
Yeah.
So, you know, we need to be thoughtful in who we vote for. We need to think about it. We need to not just vote party. We need to make a sound decision that works for the country.
I think we get too emotional and we go to the rallies and we have this and we get that T-shirt with that piece of paper in the T-shirt. Or like we saw earlier this week, you go in a certain constituency, they're giving you turkey before your voter's card and people shouting, I got 7 votes. So they're selling 7 votes for turkey. The bottom line is we got to be more listening to what the plan is all about and how it is going to affect us individually as well as our country. And stop worrying about the partying. You know, the partying can continue. But you can't sell your vote for $100 and in 5 years live like that.
I believe we have to first be Bahamian.
Yes.
And not party supported.
Yes.
Because we can't be, and it's so sad. Even when I go back to last week Wednesday in the demonstration of the F&M, to hear persons make comments like, oh, tell the F&M come with something new, or try this, or as if they were discrediting what was done in the House of Assembly. When at the end of the day, if it was your party doing this, then you would have seen the justification.
Yes.
But to hear the Prime Minister, the Education Minister talk about theatrics and other ministers of the government officials making the comment, what was happening was here is a speaker that appears to have been muzzling or silencing the opposition, who the chair should be protecting. And so, you know, until we move away from, well, my party didn't do it, so it don't make sense.
Yeah.
And then when my party do it, it makes sense.
Yeah.
We will never grow and we will never be able to see the fullness of what the Bahamas has to offer. We have to become Bahamians. That at the end of the day, the fact that there is an investigation on our country, not Brave Davis, not Wayne Monroe, but the Bahamas, which I'm a part of.
Yes.
A proud Bahamian, aqua, gold, black flag. That is what we have to become first.
You're right.
We do.
A party supporter.
Amen. I say amen.
Yes,
on that note,
I support the Free National Movement now, but at the end of the day, if they don't make sense, I'll be the first to tell you you're not enough.
Amen. On that note, we out of time.
And supported us. I have to say, you know who called in? Who calls in all the time? And he calls in on all the shows. He's a big PLP supporter. He usually doesn't call in on naughty shows.
Anton. Yeah.
But he called and he said that same thing that Darren said. He called in and said during that crazy day, he said that's only fair. This was happening to the PLP when the F&M were in power. They're only calling out the same thing, and we have to stop it. That's what that position is, that she is in the chair to be equal and fair.
Amen. We out of time, guys. It's I got to thank you, Darren. I got to thank you, Sarah, for joining in. It's, time flies when you're having a good time. If this was a boring show, we would have still been like at 4:35. But thank you so much for calling in. Naughty will be back with you next week, Tuesday. In the meantime, I'm going to...
And Pearlie, you coming down to take me to West End?
Sound like a plan, that'll be a date.
We can get some good gully wash and have a good time at the show.
Yes, let's do that and get my pickle count.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it. I love talking to you guys. Thank you, and we'll talk real soon. This has been Pearlie on Guardian Radio 96.9 Talking Heads. It's been a fun first hour. We're going to take a break. When we get back, we can talk some sports. Juan Soto going to the Mets. Dodgers signed some people. We'll talk some football. That was a great game last night. Dallas get beat. I was so happy. Take care, everybody. We'll see you right after the news. Oh, Cuban Willie's on his way.
Bring flavor home for the holidays with a KFC Festive Feast. Create timeless memories with a $20 KFC Festive Bucket, brimming with 8 pieces of your favorite fried chicken and 4 buttery biscuits, or decorate the dinner table with a mega Festive Bucket featuring 8 pieces of juicy chicken, 4 biscuits, a large corn and mashed potato duo with a side of gravy, and 4 of our new pumpkin dessert biscuits. Crunch the holidays however you want and let us do the dishes. KFC Nassau, it's finger-licking good.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what.
Feeling lucky? Here's Cuban Willie's numerology report. Brought to you by the Island Game.
Hello everybody, it's Tuesday and it's me, Cuban Willie, and it's time for your numerology report brought to you, of course, by the Island Game, and I got the cuatro pelotas for you, the 4 balls. 5, 4, 1, 1, the 54, 11. Play them and win with the Island Game. Stay winning, my friend.
Play with Island Games. We making dreams come true. Play with Island Games. We paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market. You getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first. Guaranteed to pay. Island Games. We like them other jokers. We've been here from the start. From the bike to computer. Island Games. We gonna make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Lord have mercy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, well.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Central Bank of the Bahamas, the Cleveland Clinic, Duty Free Caribbean, Easy Car Sales, Fine Threads, Grand Bahama News, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, NRG Nutrition, Percy's Island Games, Prince Masters, and Tropical Gyros.
The work goes by so long on them plantation, and me never get paid.
And welcome back to Talking Heads Tuesday. This Pearly in the house, filling in for Naughty, who's sharing some of his knowledge and wisdom of broadcast media on a careers day. Boy, I hope they learned something. So good to be here with you today. Had a really wonderful first hour with the Freeport crew. I had one last text to read from them, and I didn't get to it, so I'm going to just throw that in quick and we get right into sports. Sports. I think Prime Minister is a weak leader. He could have stopped the police from abusing those members of the opposition if he wanted to. It was a disgrace the way those police officers carried on with those members, treating them like criminals. By the way, I am a PLP. Not me, them. They said that. Oh, I got another one. First thing that needs to happen is Ginger Moxie, Minister of Grand Bahamas, to go. And the last one is, hey, my brother, do this Pindad administration support Long Island MP? Yes, they do. They've been with him all the time, and they support him 100%. All right, that's what I've been told. Let's get right into today in sports history. Oh, yeah. Today is Tuesday, December 10th, 2024, 15 days before Christmas. This is my most favorite time of the year. I love Christmas music playing, decorations, turkey, ham, fruitcake. Let's get into today's sports history. In 1919, the National Football League voted to ban spitballs. The National League voted to ban spitballs by all new pitchers. The Rules Committee officially worked out the ban the following February. In 1939, the National Football League's attendance exceeded 1 million in a season for the first time. In 1962, Frank Gifford, New York Giants, was on the cover of Sports Illustrated. In 1972, the American League voted to adopt the designated hitter rule in a 3-year experiment. In December of 1975, the American League voted to permanently adopt the designated hitter rule, and that's all in baseball now. Shohei Ohtani. In 1972, the longest non-scoring pass in NFL history was made when Jim Hart of the St. Louis Cardinals threw a pass from his own 1-yard line to Bobby Moore, who is Ahmed Rashad. Moore was tackled on the Rams' 1-yard line. The pass was officially 98 yards. In 1992, the NHL awarded franchise to Miami and Anaheim for the 1994-95 season. In 1994, Art Monk of the New York Jets set an NFL record of 178 straight games with a reception. In 2001, ESPN announced that it would expand into Europe with its first network, which would feature great sports moments from the past. The launch was planned for early 2002 in France. In 2007, Michael Vick was sentenced by a federal judge in Richmond, Virginia, to 23 months in prison for bankrolling a dogfighting operation and killing dogs that underperform. The sports quote of the day, perhaps the truest ion of baseball is that the toughest thing to do is repeat. Walt Olson. The Dodgers can show you all what repeat is this same 2025 baseball season. Understand that. The home, yeah, like this getting on the nerves, Mr. Producer. The home court, let's get Cuba beats the Bahamas. Visiting squad ekes out a 1-0 victory for the goal. I understand it was a really good well-pitched game. Father Martian Peters tourney set for December 13th through 18th. And that's the mini basketball. Father Martian Peters was a wonderful priest, a Catholic priest in the Bahamas. I remember him as a little boy. He loved sports, was a great athlete. Kemok Gibson signs with Tri-City Tide. Congratulations. That's it in sports. So what's going on? What's going on? I know what's going on. Them Dallas Cowboys get the things last night. They lost last night, 27-20. It was kind of it was an interesting game, you know. While I was pulling hard and I'd been naughty and I said I needed my man of business, Jefferson, to give me a lot of points. And he gave me a lot of points Jamar Chase, to give me a lot of points. And I beat, let's let the world know, I beat Naughty last night in fantasy football. Mash him right up. I am the pennant winner of it. I get the bye in the first round of the playoffs. And I will be drinking from the Golden Goblet this year and winning championships. Yeah, Naughty, I said it. Caller, you are on the air. How are you?
Hey, Pearly, what's happening?
Hey, Mystery, what's happening?
All is, listen, man, I feel just like how you feel. I believe I feel much better than you feel that the Cowgirls lose last night.
I believe you do.
I know I feel better than you feel. You understand? Now, with Cooper Rush, I think Cooper Rush is a really good quarterback, you know.
Okay.
He just needs some sanding down.
Okay.
But I believe he could be a better quarterback than Dak Prescott any day.
You really believe that? You just don't like Dak, so you ain't gonna give a Dak a chance anyway.
And I believe he could be a better quarterback than.
Watch him out now. Don't cross that line.
He could scramble. Tua can't scramble.
Tua Scramble was a great quarterback. So
Dan Marino had a good arm.
And Tua does
you throw from one end of the field to the next like Terry Bradshaw.
Yeah, but what Tua does is accurate like crazy. You saw them. Did you watch the game Sunday with Miami?
Tua don't have a good arm.
Did you watch the game Sunday with Miami?
I did.
And you can't tell me. You tell me Tua. You see that bullet he threw to Tyreek Hill and the accuracy that man throws with.
I give Tua for the game on Sunday. I give him a.
A+.
65 out of 100.
You gotta stop drinking that bad rum, man.
I give him 65 out of 100. I give him that. It was a good game.
I thought he played a great game. I thought he didn't throw any interceptions for 2 games in a row. He was accurate. He did a very good 300 yards passing. He did a really good job.
Yeah, but look who he played though.
The Jets have a good defense. They just got a crappy offense.
A 40-year-old quarterback
who put up 331 yards against my Dolphins.
Yeah, that's all right. But what you think they can do with Aaron Rodgers, though?
Time for him to G.O. Time for him to go get that rocking chair, sit down, and relax.
Yeah, I agree. I think they need to sack him, man.
Yeah, I see the Jets got to regroup, sit over there and start with a young, good quarterback, and move forward.
Yeah, but that game last night, though, the Cowboys could have won that game. Just that punt. That last, I think it was the punt.
Yeah.
The block punt. Yeah, that caused the ball to turn over and caused the man them to come back and win that game.
I thought it was a kind of entertaining game. I enjoyed it. I was happy that CeeDee Lamb didn't get as many yards as he should have gotten, and I was happy that I was able to beat Naughty. I can say it again, beat Naughty in fantasy football last night.
Yeah, but they could hang it up until next season, because for them to even get close to coming to the playoffs, they need too many teams to lose.
Yeah, I mean, in Naughty's defense, he wants the Dallas to basically tank for Cam Ward maybe or somebody like that, and maybe get a better pick and stuff like that and regroup the team, maybe get a new coach and all that.
Why you almost say quarterback? Come on, say it.
I'm not
get
gonna
a
say
new
it.
quarterback.
The problem is they're stuck with him because nobody can take that money.
Yeah, that's true.
Ain't nobody can take.
Right.
I mean, I say take the money, pay that kind of money right now. He's getting what, 50-some million, almost 60 million a year.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. And even if they cut him, they stuck, and they'll still have a lot of dead money in the salary cap, and it hurts them. So they're kind of stuck with him, and they just got to move forward. Maybe in a year, or two, maybe next year, something restructure his contract to bring it lower, and take some of the salary cap pressure off, and then maybe they could consider doing that. But I really don't think Dak is the problem with Dallas. Dallas can't stop the run. Dallas they decimated in the safety position and the cornerback position. They just need better defense and maybe another wide receiver to help CeeDee Lamb.
You could beat around the day you want your Naughty. At the end of the day, the quarterback is the lead of the team. Okay?
But understand one thing: I don't like Dallas, so it don't matter to me.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Have a good one.
Take time. Good to hear you, bro. Good to hear you. Callie on there. How you doing? Are you there, caller? Listen to the phone. Don't listen to the radio. There's a delay. So listen to the phone. What's happening?
I got you.
What's up, Skella?
Everything good. Listen, mysterious beyond what type of water you say that
I
was?
say bad rum.
Listen to me.
Uh-huh.
Really, the last 7 games, Tula is the best quarterback in the league.
He's put up some really good numbers and really accurate
really
and less and like that. I got to be
and
real.
he only had one thing in them 7 games.
Interception,
one interception.
Yeah, he's been really
Right?
accurate. Uh-huh.
And you only listen to some of them thing of me.
You mean the comments?
Yeah.
People praise them a lot and say he's really becoming an elite quarterback.
I'm talking about them analysts and things.
Yeah.
Talking You hear what they were saying with Tula? They say if he did play them 4 games, he would have been an MVP.
Be candidate, yes. I heard that. Yeah.
So mystery just hate Tula.
Miss you don't like Tua, Miss you don't like Dak Thomas. We understand that, but that's fine. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that.
You don't know what a winner is.
Yeah.
But that was a solid game they played.
All right, so we see what we do this weekend. And if they win this weekend, then it might be a real chance.
Yeah. We got to do. But I'm coming back this week.
Oh.
What do you name? Chubb.
Chubb, yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah, he should come. Bradley Chubb. He should come back this
Sunday.
weekend. Yeah, he should be back. He just was practicing. He wasn't quite ready for the Jets. Didn't really need him.
Week.
So hopefully
last week. And they was hoping that he would have come back in that game, but they say nah. The reason why they hold him back, according to what the coach say, they want to win that game. Once they win the Jets game, then they'll let him play. Come in the
Then they got a better chance to make the playoffs. And if he comes back and Miami gets a lot of players back healthy, they might be a team nobody wants to play.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Plenty of big players. They was like, but really, I don't know if you watched that game, right? With the Lakers and the Heat.
I know. I started to him, and that beating started happening. I couldn't take it. I just switched.
I had a little problem with the coach in that game. You know why I say that? Okay. You don't see that boy Tyler. What do you name?
Who?
The guard for the Heat.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. Hero, you talking about? Who put up all the points?
You don't see the nigga was hot from the second quarter.
He was hot from he come off the bench.
Then when the third quarter come, he just listen. They supposed to guide him like how they this guy.
Yeah.
Stephen Curry.
Yeah.
Let one man. That's your assignment.
Yeah.
All night you stick with him.
Yeah.
And that's what was eating them. This nigga is being wide open, 28 yards, 20 feet, 20-something feet. He's hitting all kind of crazy trees.
Yeah, but you know what really pissed me off with the Lakers? That big lead they dropped from Portland and almost lose that game last night. They had a big lead on Boston and they barely beat Portland by 8 points.
Oh, wow. Tell me something. The fellow with Naughty was talking about in the G League. He playing?
Let me. I don't know if he played.
They bring him up.
I saw his name. He's Olivari. He had 8 minutes last night against Portland. 8 minutes with 3 points.
Okay. And he is a point guard, right?
He's a guard. I don't know if he's a point guard. Yeah, I think Naughty says he's a point guard. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Naughty says he's a point
But
guard.
LeBron didn't play in that game.
LeBron ain't played last night?
No, he didn't play. He got left foot soreness.
Oh, yeah. So if he didn't play, who played his role?
They had Hachimura played power forward. Connect played small forward. Davis at center. Gabe Vincent at point guard. And Christie played shooting guard.
I think I'm still out too then.
Yeah.
What do you name?
Reeves, yeah. Reeves didn't play, yeah. Left pelvic contusion, yeah.
Yeah. That happened when he had the fall, you know.
Yeah.
Remember when he had the fall when he got on the dunk?
Yeah. Trying to dunk. You know he's supposed to be dunking.
And then he still stay on in the game and play.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. Well, anyhow, and they playing Friday. They had a long rest.
They need that. Well, because I think the NBA Cup playoffs going on. We didn't make the playoffs. So I think we sit out till that come up.
Yeah, I think they playing. They say that our next game for Friday coming goes to that. Okay.
Yeah, we don't play. Yeah, we play. We got the Timberwolves on Friday.
Yeah, Timberwolves. Yeah. I can do it though.
Okay, all right, brother. Thank you. All right, but when we look at that game last night, it wasn't bad, you know. I love people. Cincinnati, the defense ain't like that, and the defense started, but. You can't stop Jamar Chase. If he had help, they'd be a lot better team. But hopefully next year they'll come out right and be all right and see what goes on with them. But it wasn't. I was happy with Chase Dillon. That's the quick look at the stats. Burrows threw for 369 yards and 3 touchdowns. He lightened it up every game. You know. And Chase had 14 catches for 177 yards and 2 touchdowns. Man, that was gorgeous. That was fun. They didn't have a lot. Brown had 58 yards rushing, and Chase even had a 14-yard run. They have the offense, just the defense, and if they get that together, they'll be a really good team. Caller, you are on the air. How are you?
Hey, Bertie.
Hey, Sparky.
How you doing?
Thank God for life. Getting ready for Christmas.
Getting ready for who am I?
Christmas.
Okay. Enjoy yourself.
I will. I do every year.
Chimney in your house?
Say it again.
You got any chimney in your house?
No, I ain't coming to my house. I'm too old for that.
I was figuring out ain't much Bahamians got no chimney.
I don't know any babies who got chimney.
Come down the chimney.
Well, my boss said no.
If I meet one white man in my house in the front room in one red and white outfit, when I come from the master bedroom and walk in the front room, you know something got to happen.
What are you doing in your house?
And I want to know why the damn German Shepherd didn't say that. What that is, he put a lot of the tree what I don't have.
I know. Sparky, I'll tell you a joke. My kids, you do the Santa Claus thing with them and all. My kids tell me the other day, say, Daddy, I want to let you know, we knew Santa Claus was in Santa Claus for 2 whole years. We just was going with it because we was getting all them good gifts.
Well, boy, I can tell you something. Sometimes it's entertaining when we talk on these talks. Because I always tell you, when I was very, very young, I used to tell my sister, me and my sister, I'm 2 years older, I used to tell her, ain't no Santa Claus. She used to cry.
Oh, boy, you
so
can't tell her that.
One night, I say, I can tell you, see, Mommy and Daddy, they go to the midnight service. So what we can do, when they come home, I can wake you up, and we can stand in the master bedroom and look out the window. And I can show you who Santa Claus is.
You ain't nice.
So we go into the master bedroom.
You ain't nice.
And I see when they come home, open up the back trunk.
Bring everything up.
Bring out the tricycle and all that kind of thing. I say, you see, let's go run back in the bedroom and play like we sleep. And she cried. So then the old man will come and say, Mom, what you crying for? You're going to show you that you're all Santa Claus.
My parents would have said, yeah, Santa Claus couldn't make any catches on the roads. They dropped this off because they run in late.
Back in the day. But the thing is, when parents grow you up lying to you.
I don't know. I mean, it's lying to listen to me. It's lying in the pure sense of the word, yes. But then that's part of growing up. Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, stuff like that. That's all part of growing up. All that gives you that thinking, the fantasy, and all that, man.
Yeah, but the man coming from the North Pole on this sled up in the air with reindeers and down in the mountains, and they no jet, no plane can do that.
Well, they
just lying.
I tell him to come on jet skis. I tell him because he came on jet skis. He parked that. What's going on, Sparky? What's going on?
You're naughty, they're coding all these things and stats and all that kind of stuff and everything. And you're also all on key every day, every evening after 5. And I always wonder, we got one Bahamian up there in New York somewhere.
In Syracuse. Syracuse.
Antoine Richardson.
Oh, Antoine plays is the first base coach for the New York Mets.
Yeah,
yes.
what I'm saying, that's my nephew. But
oh, yeah?
He got a Bahamian became the mother, he was a Giant. He been in the baseball. He worked for the Giants. He worked for New York.
Yeah.
All that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And Antoine is saying we can prove that Antoine made it to the top.
Yes.
So we can talk about Antoine. But when I listen to you, Naughty, and all the information you all got in stats and all, you always talk this thing religiously every day. How come none of y'all ever become a football coach?
Naughty coaches.
What they call it Sunday, Monday.
No, Naughty. I used to coach baseball when my kids played. Naughty coaches baseball now.
No, with the kids. No. I'm not talking about the whole here.
We don't play.
I'm talking about in the NFL.
No, that wasn't my calling. My calling was marketing and public relations. My calling was coming home to the Bahamas and taking care of my family here. That wasn't my calling to be into that.
Yeah, but what you do now, you just talking coaches. Everything, everything.
Yeah,
because in the United States.
You read up on it and all that stuff, but no, I'll tell you the story before I let you go. I interviewed for IBM my senior year in college. They called me for a second interview, and they invited me to IBM in Minneapolis for a third interview. And after they finished, they said, in talking to you, you love your home so much, you need to go back to the Bahamas. We're not going to invest in you, and after your 2-year stint with us, you pack up and take your knowledge to the Bahamas. So that's what they tell me. And I'm home. I could have been in the States. I could have been living in Minnesota. I could have married a white girl and all that. But I decided that I wanted to come home to the Bahamas. And that's what it is. Bahamas is home for me.
But I tell you, before I go there, I think one of the main reasons you came back home, because they ain't got no conch up there.
And they ain't got no John Canoe.
And they ain't got no John. And they ain't got no Valley Boy.
Listen to you. Take care, my brother. Callie on there. How you doing?
Yeah, Pearls. What's going on?
Hey, Muff, you back?
Yeah.
Welcome home, my brother. You got my coffee? Because you know if you got my coffee, I call immigration for you now. Okay, brother.
Yeah.
How you doing?
But I hear still all right. But still, man, all of that don't get you into the playoffs and things, man. You have to prove yourself with teams over 500, man. All them teams, why you play like that with Green Bay then?
He played. Let's get the facts. He put up the numbers against Green Bay, you know. He put up he didn't win the team. The defense didn't hold up. See, that's the difference with football is offense and it's defense.
No. So what the record is? Have we beaten anyone over 500 yet?
I don't know I can't remember who I'll be beat.
We ain't beaten one over 500?
Probably not.
All them teams is under 500?
Probably not.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to say. So all that stuff, pretty stuff, and that fluff with self, gonna say, no, man, we won't win games. We don't be like the Eagles, everything 8 straight, man. We don't win our division. We don't be like Buffalo. We don't win our division. We don't get in the playoff, man. Get in the second round and get to the Super Bowl and win, man. They don't want to get some pretty records, and they still Jets team, you're beating up. The Texans coming. Let me see how you play against the Texans.
We beat the Texans, then you impress.
Yes.
Okay. I understand that Miami is the Heat entertaining trades for Butler to Minnesota, Golden State, and another team. The Knicks, I think.
Well, for Aunt Marty, was he trade for Aunt?
Ain't no Aunt Marty, but the guy, he can't put up. No, he ain't trading for no Aunt Marty, but he traded for a second round pick or something like that.
But yeah, you see the 41-point blowout, man. We don't worry about that, right? But like you say,
I want to tell my callers, you see that picture of my good friend here, Muff, all dressed up in his 70s outfit with that big thick mustache, big afro. I thought I was back in school back in the
Yeah, thank God for Amazon. Yeah,
I hear that.
But that game last night, where man, that was a good game, man. But you can't blame number 27, you know. Because with the block punt, he thought he could just get the ball and run it in or get it on that side of the ball. But he just fumbled the ball. And then, so even the man was mad even blocked the punt and thing after that.
Yeah.
If that happened.
Yeah. You're right.
What? If you didn't touch the ball, then it would be in your ball.
Yeah.
That's
true.
But, but even when the interception, when they've gone, inside the 10, to CC Lamb.
Yeah.
So either C Lamb was hot. Everyone, either then kept couple well for his stand.
Yeah.
I want to know why he gone to Lamb, because Ferguson was wide open. Number 87 was wide open. All you had to do was throw one of them Russell Wilson moon pass to the pylon. That's it. Like the one of them see him say when he throw the lamb on the first touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he just moon pass that over.
Yeah.
Man, for example, that easy touchdown. I know he go on the lamb for that traffic.
He moved his progressions real quick, and he stepped away from him.
Right, man.
Okay, Muff. Good to hear from you, bro.
Yeah,
Glad you can make it back.
Off in the morning. I call you, find out when you're home.
Okay, glad to make that you made it home safe, bro. Okay.
Yes, man. All right, thanks, bro.
All right, take care, brother. This is Pearly, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Talking Heads Tuesday. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, you talk to this caller. That's a caller. Don't you go anywhere. We come to you right after the break. We'll be right back.
Try to use me and abuse me. I leave them with the brown. The work goes by so long on them plantation, and me never get paid.
NRG is nutrition. Check out our world-famous smoothies, signature quinoa dishes. We have the best salad and breakfast fit for a king and his queen. Open for breakfast, lunch, and now dinner. Each order is made with love and the highest quality ingredients and is nutritionally balanced. Open until 7:30 p.m. West Bay Street and Gladstone Road in the Monrose Complex. Open until 4 p.m. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at NRG Bahamas. NRG, nutrition ready to go.
For fast, reliable, and impactful printing services, look no further. Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life. We stand by our quality products that is second to none. Our affordable pricing and friendly, efficient staff makes Printmasters the ultimate choice for all your printing needs. We can deliver any type of printing services, from banners to booklets to business cards. You name it, we can print it.
Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
Refined style with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then Fine Threads is your place. If you want to look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, want to step out and look great, then Fine Threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place, is your place, is your place.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
Bring flavor home for the holidays with a KFC Festive Feast. Create timeless memories with a $20 KFC Festive Bucket, brimming with 8 pieces of your favorite fried chicken and 4 buttery biscuits, or decorate the dinner table with a mega Festive Bucket featuring 8 pieces of juicy chicken, 4 biscuits, a large corn and mashed potato duo with a side of gravy, and 4 of our new pumpkin dessert biscuits. Crunch the holidays however you want and let us do the dishes. KFC Nassau, it's finger-licking good.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Lord have mercy.
And welcome back to Guardian Radio 96.9 FM and the Talking Heads. This Pearly in the house, filling in today for Naughty. It's good to be here with you on a Tuesday. I'll be back on Thursday. Naughty has a guest tomorrow. I think he has the leader of the opposition, Michael Pintard, tomorrow. So that should be an interesting conversation. Tune in and listen to see what they have to say. Boy, a lot of people are wondering what's going on in the New York Mets for buco. When I say buco dollars. 15 years, $765 million with no deferrals. Now see, when the Dodgers signed Shohei Ohtani for $700 million over 10 years, he took a bunch of that and deferred that for 10 years. So he started collecting that money in 2034. But the Mets, that owner's rich. Gave him all the money. He's getting his money in the 15 years. And I think he's 25, 26 years old, so he's young enough to ride that out. He'll be a DH later on in his career. He's going to be a Met till he retires. I like the signing for the Mets. I would prefer them to stay with the Yankees because I want to beat them one more time. But guess what? We can beat him this year whenever he come to L.A. Carly on there. How you doing?
Carly Days, talking voice along with you.
Brayman, how you doing, my brother?
I'm right here holding, thank God.
Amen, I say amen. What's up?
Say it again?
Amen, I say amen. What's up?
For real. What I want to ask you, right?
Uh-huh.
I always listen you talked about Minnesota.
Uh-huh.
Are you familiar with a guy, or a couple of guys, right? One, Rollington Ferguson, and one, Van Wright Ferguson?
I don't know them. No, I don't. No, they live in Minnesota?
They went to school there.
Okay.
Yeah, but one still lives there.
I mean, it depends now. You know, I went there in the 80s. I went to university from 81 to 85.
Uh-huh.
All right, I went to St. John's University in Minnesota. A lot of Bahamians go to St. John's. Some went to University of Minnesota. Some went to Mankato. A lot of the guys older than me went to Mankato State.
Well, they're being, you're right, you're so right. There was some Mankato State.
Yeah, people like Craig Gomez. But yeah, I drove down there and I had a really, really good time with it.
One other guy, I can't remember. I think it's Raymond Wagner. You familiar with him?
No, I'm not familiar with him. No. But that don't mean because there are over 1,000 kids who went just to St. John's and St. Ben's, and there's probably another 1,000 that went to other schools in Minnesota. Even the former Prime Minister, Hubert Minnis, went to University of Minnesota. So
I got
you have a lot of people. Minnesota. See, the connection is the Catholic Church has a big connection with St. John's. A lot of priests came from Minnesota to the Bahamas. The St. John's, St. Augustine's Monastery was connected to the St. John's Abbey up there, and the Abbey had control of it at sometimes, and for St. Augustine's to some degree. So there's a Catholic connection with Minnesota, a Catholic with the church. So and then so a lot of us, the late Hawk Phillison went up there. The late Phil Galanis went there. People like Trevor Bergzog, Earl Thompson, the former Auditor General Terrence Bastian went to school up there. A lot of Bahamians went to school up there.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
For real. Something else I wanted to ask you, but it caught away from me.
Okay.
But anyhow, you do a beautiful job, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
It's encouraging.
Thank you.
All right, my brother. You take care. I like when I get them kind of calls. It's be a little hard to get out of the room because my head is be swell, but I do it like that, you know. Producer Gil, he's laughing at me. So the Mets signed Juan Soto for buco. When I say buco, plenty money. $765 million over 15 years. Works out a bit, $47 million a year, $48 million a year. All up front. I mean, I say all up front, but he's getting his money. He'll get $48 million every year for the next 15 years. And a lot of people coming to see Juan Soto play in New York. They're not coming to see the owner play. They're not coming to see Pearly play. They want to see Juan Soto play. And if they come in and then fill in the stadium, if the Mets making the money like crazy, then you pay the players. That's only the right thing to do. You know, if they there, pay them, give them what they deserve. You know, but a lot of people complain about the money. I don't at all. I have no problem with them making the money. I have no problem with that. If the team making the money, then you pass that on to the players. You know, you pass it on to give them, encourage them to want to be in that town. All right. There's a lot of people concerned about the Dodgers signing Conforto, the center fielder that was from the Giants. He had a 2-year contract with the Giants, and now he signed with the Dodgers for $17 million a year, which is a pretty good deal. And then Trine, the pitcher, they brought him back for 2 more years, which is good. Like I said, I don't have a problem with them getting that kind of money. That's what if they bring in the fans in the stadium and people come to see it, then you pay them. You pay them what they deserve, and you give them that kind of money, you know. And if once they produce, then once they earn the money, I don't care. You know, once they earn it, that's what it's all about. Carly on there, how you doing?
Hey, Naughty, listen. Wait,
hold on. Stop, boy. Hold on. But Naughty, this is the better looking one, boy. This Pearly.
Yeah, Pearly.
Yes, sir.
We can talk good about that tomorrow, but Naughty, come on, listen. But
I know you disappointed your Yankees. I know you disappointed your Yankees ain't getting me.
No, yeah, I'm disappointed, but I'm satisfied that they went to the extreme.
The Yankees offered him. That's not cut you off. The Yankees offered him $760 million for 16 years.
Right.
And he took the 15-year deal
for $765.
I don't see the big difference. I mean,
it's 1 year less and $5 million more.
That's the point I wanted to make, because the difference of $5 million more, and he could have made more up right in Yankee Stadium from the concession stand alone.
I'll tell you why. One of the stories.
Not saying that he lost anything.
Yeah.
He would have been better signing with the Yankees for $760.
But the deal with the Mets is
$765.
with certain incentives. No, I hear you. But with certain incentives, that deal could bring him $800 million with the Mets.
Yeah, but other little incentive will come up.
Now I'll tell you a story that came out of New York, and I don't know how true it is. I read the story, and he hasn't confirmed it 100%. He mentioned it. He was a bit turned off, and the way when he first got there early, when he was there for a game early, the security out of the stadium, out of the area he was in, and then later on in the year, his aide and his aide and his chef was put out of the stadium and had to stand in the rain till he straightened it out. So he said he had a bad taste in his mouth on the way they treated his people, and he's very much into family. He's huge into family. And he didn't like how they treated his family. So I think that might have been the deciding factor to give up that couple five, and go with the Mets, because he likes New York.
Yeah, you notice he's still in New York, right?
Yeah, he likes New York, but I guess I don't know if that's what really happened, and I don't know if that's the deciding factor. But those things, security didn't treat the people right.
Well, like I said, if I was making that decision, even though it might hurt me for that time, I said, "Mommy," or whatever it is, I said, "Look here, I feel it, but guess what? I can remain a Yankee. I'm gonna stay in the pinstripe."
Okay, but me or you, the name but the money. I mean, plenty, $5 million here. Come on, losing $5 million.
No money.
There ain't no money to lose, considering you getting $760 million. So I guess the issue is my family is very important to me. Like me, I probably make the same decision. If you mess with my family, I have a problem with that.
Yeah, because if I only can make $5 more than where I am, what difference that make for me to move? That ain't making no sense.
Yeah, real talk. So what's your next move for your Yankees?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna do some things. We can get a good left-hand batter. I think it'll be at the level of a Soto, but guess what? We're gonna have to with that money that we have now. And some of those places we can trade. We can be in good shape at the end of the year. Trust me on that.
I heard one thing.
We can be just as competitive, or even more competitive, because our infield can be dramatically improved.
I heard a couple of stories.
On the infield superior.
Okay, I heard a couple of stories coming out of the winter meetings that you're interested in Walker Buehler, and you're also interested in Teoscar Hernandez. So I don't know. If you can't beat them, sign them, eh?
Yeah, we can grab. Because guess what happened? That's a vacuum for those other places who say, "Look, I would love to be in the pinstripe."
Yeah.
They take a discount.
Yeah.
They might want $200 million, but they might say for $150 million, yeah, man, I could be in the pinstripe.
Well, let's see what happens.
And you can get big time players who gonna want to go to New York because they know the chances of going to World Series is real.
Yeah, but if you go to the Dodgers, the chances of going to World Series is even more real. I can let you go on that.
No, say more real, not real.
Hey, we can repeat.
Let's be real.
Anyway, I got to get to the picks.
We can talk better tomorrow, man.
All right, my brother. Take it. Good to hear from you. Let's get into the picks before we go. We got a minute left. Only 2 NBA games tonight. You got the Orlando Magic at the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks are 7.5-point favorites. The over-under is 214. I'm going to ride with the Bucks. And actually, I'm going to give the Bucks. This is the NBA Cup quarterfinal. I'm going to just go with the money line because I can't. It's going to be a competitive game. And then you got the Dallas Mavericks at the OKC Thunder. OKC Thunder is 4.5-point favorites. The over-under is 230. I'm going to go with the Thunder, but I'm going to give them the points. And that's it. That's all we got left for the day. Thank you so much. It was a fun Tuesday. I'm looking forward to Christmas. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Naughty will be back in tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Be safe on these roads. And please, keep listening to Talking Heads on Guardian Radio. Take care of yourselves.
And though they try to use me and abuse me, I leave them with the friend. Me burn a fire, pan a week at Babylon and the free jack. Could I never get me down? brown. And though they try to use me and abuse me, I leave them with the brown.
The wait is over. That safe, guaranteed investment opportunity that you've been waiting for has finally arrived. My name is Bond, the Bahamas Government Savings Bond. And as of Thursday, November the 21st, all Bahamians, for as little as $100, can begin to save for their future. The investment rates are fixed and guaranteed with terms for 1 to 6 years, so you can't lose. Mark it down. Thursday, November the 21st. Get your Bahamas Government Savings Bonds. Check out the Central Bank of the Bahamas website for more details.
Play with Island Games. We making dreams come true. Play with Island Games. We paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market. You getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first. Guaranteed to pay. Island Games. We like them other jokers. We've been here from the start. From the bike to computer. Island Games. We gonna make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
This KFC drip just won't quit. Step your flavor game up with the new KFC Saucy Nuggets. 100% real premium white meat nuggets, sauced in your choice of one of 5 KFC sauces: Korean barbecue, mango habanero, guava barbecue, stinging honey garlic, or signature barbecue. Do whatever the crunch you want with any of our new KFC Saucy Nuggets. 100% real, 100% a deal. Only available for a limited time at your favorite KFC. KFC Saucy Nuggets drip. It's finger-licking good.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
The Grand Bahama News is available every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian. You can buy your local paper at Freeport Convenience Stores, Western Bakery, De Gregory's Fine Foods, and Bellevue Gifts. Now is the time to reach your Grand Bahama Market with affordable packages, including print and digital. Call GB News Sales Representative Kavandre at 822-6717 or message him on WhatsApp for ad rates. Classified ads are now available every Tuesday as well. Keep up with everything Grand Bahamian every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Lord have mercy.
And now we go to Nick Wright. Here we go, Nick Wright. Let's start with my top 10. Pick it apart. What say you?
Well, you have 2 obvious flaws. You were on a good run of herd hierarchy, but 2 obvious flaws. One is this. I am willing to wager any amount of money that if we get your top 2 teams in the Super Bowl and you are staring for 2 weeks at Reed Mahomes versus Campbell Goff, you are picking the Chiefs. There is no chance you pick the Lions if they play each other in the Super Bowl. None whatsoever. So in that circumstance, I'd say the Chiefs should be 1. And the other one is this. Why are the Ravens ahead of the Steelers? I understand the Ravens didn't play this week, but they had lost 2 of their previous 3. When they played each other head-to-head, they lost. I don't understand the argument, especially because Russell Wilson's one of your long-lost adopted sons.
Yes.
How you would have the Ravens ahead of the Steelers. That surprises me, I have to say.
Well, Pickens was out this week, and it became increasingly clear they are super dependent on him down the field. So that worries me.
Yeah.
But
they won anyway. Teams need their good players. I agree. Teams are worse without their good players. That is definitively true. I just think the Steelers are better than Baltimore. But sorry. Go ahead.
I'm going to come back to the Chiefs, but I want to start with Philadelphia. So clearly since the bye, they have said, we want Jalen Hurts throwing less. And it's working. And now A.J. Brown's not happy with it. It's just a holiday tradition. Philadelphia gets in their own way. And Nick Sirianni doesn't do personnel or call plays. And it feels like, just get the locker room right. This worries me. Exactly right. Does it worry you?
It worries me too. And I've come around all the way on the Eagles, where I, a few weeks ago, picked them to win the conference because my preseason pick, the Chicago Bears, while not officially eliminated, I've got to say, not looking great for the Bears. So I had to pivot off that, Colin. This Eagles story bothers me for two reasons. The first one is what you said. I don't trust Sirianni to get his arms around it. And we saw last year, this team was 10-1. It started to get away from them, and it absolutely twisted into as bad of a collapse as we've ever seen, culminating in a team just quitting in a playoff game. So that worries me. The other part of this that is bothersome is I think A.J. Brown is so wildly out of line here, it's incomprehensible. You are arguably the best player on the team. You got paid as a first-round pick. The Eagles then traded for you and paid you top of market. This offseason, they paid you again. So a brand new contract. So it's not even like, oh, I'm in a contract year, not throwing the ball is going to hurt my numbers. You are one of the best players, a veteran, a leader on a team that has won 7 in a row, that is 11-2. The only narrative out of the locker room should be, you guys thought our defense couldn't do it. How about them proving you wrong? And we're so excited that Saquon is going to break Eric Dickerson's record. That's all you got to do. If privately, quietly, behind the scenes, you want to say, I want more touches, so be it. But for A.J. Brown, out of nowhere, to start a fire, and then Brandon Graham, who's on the team, he's not retired, he maybe will be soon, he's on the team, to go on the radio and be like, yeah, it's a shame, Jalen and A.J. used to be friends. Out of nowhere, the Eagles are in disarray again. And so it's totally self-inflicted, and I certainly don't trust Sirianni to be able to fix it. Listen, you can only shave your head once. Like, he already played that card, so I don't know what the next move is. And I'm worried about Philadelphia for sure.
I have tried to be, humble on Sam Darnold. It's getting increasingly difficult. He looks like the world's greatest player. So, but it's really a dilemma because J.J. McCarthy played for a run-first college team, got hurt, second surgery. He could be very good. Darnold is close to the MVP conversation. And momentum in this league is a real thing. Daniel Jones isn't it. J.J. McCarthy may not be it. Do you just let Darnold walk? I think you have to franchise tag him, don't you?
I think you franchise tag him just to trade him and make sure it's similar to what the Patriots did with Matt Castle a lifetime ago to the Chiefs and try to get a second-round pick or something for him. I think if you're Kevin O'Connell and you won 13 games with Kirk Cousins, and it looks like you're going to win 13 games or more with Sam Darnold, you have a belief your system with this talent can win double-digit games, and there is a reason you moved off Kirk Cousins to go get J.J. McCarthy, and it was because you thought your team with that talent, a quarterback on a rookie pay scale, and more upside is the way to go. I certainly don't think you can pay Darnold what the market will pay him. I think he's going to get a lot of money. I think somebody is going to have listened to you for the last decade, watch this film and be like, my God, this is the player I saw coming out of USC that Cowherd's never been able to quit. But I think the Vikings should franchise to trade, not franchise to keep. I think you got to give J.J. McCarthy full ownership of that team next offseason.
So we had, J-Mac and I had a severe disagreement. I said there's a time and a place for everything. And Belichick attacking the UNC job, and apparently he came with a binder, like 400 rules, I won't do this, I won't do that. And I said, Carolina is too good of a job. It's a top 20 job to basically be backed into a corner and been told by a guy that's never coached college, this or I'm out. I'm like, I'm not interested in that. I get Belichick doing it, but I don't have to agree with your push. J-Mac I said to J-Mac, if you had the choice that he will be a disaster in college or he'll be Saban, and you had to choose one, I would choose disaster, doesn't work, can't stand the donors. But J-Mac and others think, oh, this is Saban reincarnated. I don't see it. Do you?
Well, I don't think, listen, if I can only pick disaster or maybe the greatest college coach ever, I'll pick disaster. I believe, and I would assume you probably believe, it's more likely somewhere in the middle.
Yes.
That he's fine, but not overwhelming. And at 72 years old, and I do think it's fair to question a 72-year-old that at least through Instagram and some of his public personal decisions might be going through some things.
Yeah.
That if he's the guy I want to turn my college program over to, when I think he's then turning it over to his son in 2 or 3 years. I have a different theory about why all of a sudden Belichick is looking at the college game. And I think it's twofold. One is, I think he is very nervous that he is not going to get, if he waits for the NFL jobs, he's not going to get one. That there's going to be 7 or 8 openings and 7 or 8 teams are going to pass. And if that happens, his coaching career is kind of over.
Yeah.
The other thing is everyone assumed he's at 333 total wins, Shula's at 347, that it's so important to him to go get that record. I wonder if Bill is doing the same math I'm doing, which is saying, all right, even if you go get that record, are you just holding it for a year for Andy Reid?
Yeah.
And I know people are like, oh, Nick, you're a Chiefs guy. Here are the numbers. Andy is at 296. Since Patrick has been there, they average 15 wins a year, playoffs and regular season combined. 15 a year. He's going to end this season right around 300, if he's at 296 right now. He'll be 47 away from Shula himself.
Yeah.
That means 3 great years or 4 mediocre years. So how important is that all-time coaching record if you actually only hold it for 12 months before Andy Reid blows past you, which Andy signed a 5-year, $100 million contract with the Chiefs reportedly. If he coaches those 5 years, he is going to run away with this thing. So I think all of that is happening here. I would imagine North Carolina doesn't have the stomach to say no to Belichick, but I don't know that I think it's a great fit for anyone involved.
So you know what I want to end with? Because this is interesting. So I was thinking of you the other day when Buffalo was letting Matt Stafford, I mean, it was a 7-on-7 passing camp and a punt block and 9 guys on the field. And I was thinking, this is exactly in what Nick talks about. But here's the thing, and I mentioned this earlier. Are the Bills the Warriors with Mark Jackson? He starts a structure. They get to 50 wins. They're very good in a playoff team. Kerr comes in and turns Steph from star to superstar and really flips the Draymond switch. Mark Jackson was good. Sean McDermott's good. Kerr was great. And that McDermott is...
I think that's a really unique comp. And I hadn't thought of it that way. I also wonder if there's just too many close game, clock management, tough loss fiascos for McDermott. Think about it, Colin. This has kind of been forgotten. So I thought the end of that game was... And again, I believe in the Bills this year, before the year, picked them to win the AFC East. Thought they could be the 2 or the 3 seed. It looks like that's where they're going to land. I thought Josh Allen, plus the best offensive and defensive lines he's ever had, that's 11 wins minimum, and they're going to blow past that. However, the end-of-game stuff is a concern with this guy. And the quarterback sneak, and shout out to Tom Brady, I thought he was all over it and exactly right. What you cannot use a timeout there. It's the worst thing you can do. But then you mentioned the 9 guys on the field on the pump block, and it reminded me of a game that kind of got forgotten to last year's history. Last year, Russell Wilson and the Broncos are playing the Buffalo Bills. They kick what should be the game-winning field goal down 1.
Yes.
They miss it. and the Bills had 12 on the field.
Yeah.
So they got another shot at it and made it. So last year, and that was for the Bills to drop to, I think, 6-6. It was right before they went on that winning streak. You had 12 on the field. This year, in your last gasp of a game, you have 9 on the field. There's just a lot of situational that it just feels like, man, you cannot make those types of errors against Reed and Mahomes in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And if you do lose this, if they play the Chiefs in the playoffs this year, which they hope to be able to do, and you lose, that's 4 out of 5 years the same team has sent you home in the playoffs. Man, oh man, that's tough to stomach.
It is. Nick Wright, co-host, First Things First. As always, my friend, a good day, good holiday season to you and the fam.